Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I install these butterfly locks and how I stretch them out to give them a nice and fluffy, natural looking vibe. So if you're interested, stay tuned. Okay, so I've already braided my hair off camera, and the braid pattern I use is the versatile crochet braid pattern where I did 2 rows of individuals and I connected them through braiding them into the braids at the back. So I braided straight back and I didn't worry about doing individuals at the back because I know that it won't be shown. What I'm doing is just braiding up the back ends of my braids so that they aren't sticking out, and after that what I'm going to do is sew them all together. So I do this so that I don't have to worry about the braid hanging out and just falling out and all the crochet dreads at the bottom falling down. I've made that mistake before, so I have learned my lesson to just sew it up, sew it good so that it is on there tight and it lasts for a long time. So what I'm going to do now is take the crochet locks, and the locks that I use is the Sensational Lulu Tress butterfly locks, and it is in the length 18 inches. So this is what it looks like. So it's really tightly wrapped dreads. This is how it looks straight out the pack, 18 inches, and this is how it looks stretched. Just so to stretch it, you just have to pull them down. They're really easy to stretch out. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and start installing them. I have a video on how I install crochet locks, a pretty in-depth video, so I'll put a little card for that here. But I'm just going to stretch out the loop and make sure that there's enough space so that I can pull it through. So that's what you want to make sure, that you stretch out the loop a lot because some of the loops are super tight. So just pull it through, and I'm going to put them pretty close together at the front, and then as I get through to the back I am going to kind of space them out because I do not want it to be too dense. That's one thing. I do not like my dreads to be too dense. I like them to be full, but I don't want it to be too much hair that I feel like it's weighing me down. So I'm just going to continue and install the dreads, going one row at a time, one corner at a time. And this was taking me some time just because, like I said, the loops are a little bit tight, so you really have to stretch them out. So I'm just going to go through, and here it is pretty much all completed. I just have one more left to do at the side, so I'm just going to show you how I complete the look with the last dread. So here we go. Get on there, get on there. And that's another thing, because the loops are so thick, sometimes it's hard to get the whole thing on the little crochet needle. So just pull it through and grab the end of the dread, and as long as it can get through, then that's perfectly fine. So just pull it through, pull the end of the dread through, and then once it's through, you just want to make sure that it's really secure and tight. So once I pull it through, I just kind of pull it a little bit just to make sure it's really secure and tight. So this is it. I'm all done installing. I am super exhausted. I was doing this super late at night, so I am actually about to go to bed, so I'll be back when it's all done. Okay guys, I'm back. So this is the next night. I completed my install of the locks last night, but it was really late. I was too tired, so I just went to bed. So I came back, threw on some makeup so that I can see what the final look looks like all dolled up. So I am going to take it out, and I still have to finish stretching the rest of the hair. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like with the two extremes. So this is it really stretched out. This is how long it looks. So this, again, this is 18 inches. So this is what it looks like straight in the package. And the reason why I started stretching them is because I think this brand of butterfly locks looks a little too scrunched together. I just didn't really like the vibe. I didn't really like how it looks like this. I feel like once I stretched it out, it looked a little bit more natural, a little bit more like fluffy dreads like I was going for. So even though it's kind of risky to pull them down because they can start unraveling a little bit, so just keep that in mind. It may not last as long and it may get a little bit more frizzy, but honestly I don't really mind because I kind of like the natural, really bohemian, messy look of the dreads anyway. So I am going to go ahead and finish stretching this side of the hair. So I'll just show you the difference right now. So stretched and not stretched. But overall, I love how it's looking so far. I think it's really cute. I can't wait to start putting it up into some styles, put the front up, maybe I'll do like 2 buns. So I'm gonna start experimenting with the styles as well. But right now I'm going to continue and stretch out the rest of the hair. But I'm gonna try not to stretch it out too far because I don't want everything to just completely unravel, but I'm definitely going to stretch it out a bit. So I've finished stretching out all of the locks and this is the final look. Okay, so my final thoughts on the sensational Lulu Tress butterfly lock hair is that I really like them. I love the look. It's just that straight out of the package, I had to finesse it a little bit. I didn't really like how tightly wound they are. This one I haven't really stretched. I kind of kept some unstretched and I stretched out the rest. So you can see, I'll just kind of show you close up how it's kind of really tight. So personally, I like a bit more of a distressed look, a bit light and fluffier. I love that this hair is so light. That is one thing I will say. It doesn't feel heavy, even though it's a lot of hair. I actually used 5 packs of this hair and it says 2 times on it. So normally I know the Janet collection hair I think has about 10 locks per pack. This one has about 15 locks per pack. So quite a few locks in my hair. And one more thing I would say, the loops at the top, the crochet loops, you have to make sure that you stretch them out. So just see, I would say take a look at the loop before you actually install it. Stretch it out as much as you can so that the dread, because these dreads are kind of thick, you have to be able to crochet them inside of the loop when you're doing it. So that's the one thing I would say. Some of the packs of the loops were perfect. They were nice and silky and they were easy to stretch, and some were super tight, and some of the loops were kind of messy like this. So the ones like this I kind of just discarded. I didn't use them because when you would try to put these ones in, the knots, these little knots will be flying up and sticking up. So you kind of have to just maneuver, choose the best locks out of the pack, even if you can look and see what the little loops look like before you even buy them when you're in the store. Because I noticed some loops in packs are just better than others. I don't know why that is. I guess they are hand twirled. I think they are. Yeah, I think they hand twirl them or hand wrap them if I'm not mistaken, but you just kind of have to look and see if you can. I know where I am in Toronto, I had to do customer pickup at the store. I wasn't able to go in and choose it myself. I had to just do curbside pickup, I should say, at the store. So if you are able to check and see if you can, you know, see what the loops look like, I would definitely try that if you're gonna buy this hair. And also, I think I'm really curious to try Janet Collection's butterfly locks because I've seen some videos on those and those locks look really pretty to me as well. They don't look as tightly wound as these ones, so I'm curious to compare the two. But overall, I think it's really pretty. I really like how it turned out and I'm really excited to try some different styles with this hair. I'm going to be doing some twirl the sides and put it up. That's how I normally like to do it. So one other thing I will say is to make sure you have a huge bonnet if you are doing some butterfly locks, because you just want to make sure that you are sleeping with a satin scarf or something like that that protects the hair and doesn't give too much frizz, especially if you're stretching it out like I am, because I know stretching it out at the ends can become kind of frizzy. So I'm expecting to have this in my hair for about 2-3 weeks or so. I don't think anything longer than that. So hopefully it will sustain the next few weeks of me wearing this style and manipulating it in the different hairstyles that I will be trying out. So I'm going to be accessorizing this hair with a few of the little hair jewels that I have here. So I have some little rings, and then I also have these cute little gold, I guess these are also rings as well. So I'm gonna throw some of these in my hair. I think I'm also going to use these little gems as a holder because some of the ends are straying where I stretched it. So let me see if I can find any, and I'm just going to clamp these little jewels on it so that it stays. So see here how it's kind of coming off? So right where it's kind of separating, I'm just gonna put the little jewel on. Yeah, perfect. Last but not least, I am going to swoop up my edges a little bit, clean them up, and then that will be it. So that's it for this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching. Bye.